Uncle Niggly, Victor Chico coming to you live and direct. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, comment. You just saw the cornerbacks at their presser after practice today. We're gonna get Unc's thoughts on these guys. R.J. Johnson, Coach Fletcher, and Cree Thomas. Unc, how you doing out there in Boulder where it's colder? It look like it's sunny as hell. Looking good out there.
Sunny as hell, about 80-something degrees. Had to come back outside today, Chico, because it is beautiful.
It is. Definitely look like it. Hold up. Let me put you on the single screen so you can see it.
Yes, sir. Let the folks see Folsom Field back there, baby. That ain't no green screen. That is live and direct.
Beautiful Folsom Field with the flat irons back there. Yes, indeed. All right, Unc. Hey, we saw the cornerbacks. We saw new coach Aaron Fletcher come on, and he had a lot of things to say. Gave praises to the coaches, Coach Mathis, Coach Prime, defensive coordinator, Coach Marv. Talked about his cornerbacks. What did you take from hearing from Coach Fletcher, and also some of the things that you have seen with your own eyes from the new cornerbacks coach out there?
Man, I'm reminded of a song by Ice Cube called Summer Vacation.
Okay.
And there's a bar that starts with a gunshot. It goes, my homie got shot. He's a goner, black. St. Louis want their cornerback. Yeah. Hey, we want our corners back, baby. We want our corners back. Like this room, man, under this new coach, the reassigned duties within that room, you just about flip the entire room from that standpoint as far as who in there. But the guys that are in there are talented, coachable, learned, eager to learn more, thirsting for it, going up against, some of the who are going to be, in my opinion, the greatest receivers in this conference every day of practice, facing an offense that's doing things more complicated than you're probably going to see in real games. Yeah. All of that spells all the way up to the new DC as well, Coach Marr. I think this cornerback room is built to succeed, man, from the bottom up and from the top down.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Talk about the relationship with Coach Mathis and Coach Fletcher.
Man, these guys are pros, man. Chico, I don't know. Maybe when you working at Burger King and you get moved from lettuce to fries and another guy gets moved from fries to buns, your feelings get involved. I don't know. But in football, in collegiate football, this happens. And the reason pros adapt to it happening is when you're a pro, man, you want to win, because when you win, everybody moves up.
That's right.
And if we can better a situation by me taking on a different role and somebody else coming in and doing what I used to do and doing it differently, you look at the relationship that Andre Hart and Coach Marv have. You look at the relationship that Coach Mathis has. Like there's no turmoil here, no jealousy, no backbite, no undermining, because everybody here wants this program, these young men, and importantly, this head coach and also themselves to be successful. Yeah. And so just like Coach said in the press conference, man, Coach Mathis helped me pack. like he been there every step of the way to have my back. And you see that throughout the building in any of the rooms that have had quote unquote staff changes. When you watch that sit down I did with Coach Prime, I said, man, if you just watched the body language, watched the chemistry between this coaching staff, you would think these people have been working together 5, 10, 15 seasons.
Yeah.
Because they just click, because you got the right people for the right time, for the right situation. This is no slight to past staffs. Coach Prime, in my mind, has always put together good staff. That's why they end up going to other places, because they're talented and people want them. But for a time such as this, when you're coming off a 3-9 season and you want to right your ship and be competitive and win the Big 12, I don't think he could have put a better staff together as far as what they bring to the table and, more importantly, their ability to work together for a common goal.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Because if you look at the footage and take from what you can, just like everybody take from what they can about the players, you can take from what you can about the coaching staff also and see them jumping around and their chemistry and camaraderie together and being enthused and working out there. And I think that's about the fit. Personality fits. You know what I mean? Just respect amongst each other, being able to bond before the season even starts, however they did. It seemed like they've been knowing each other forever, though, by the way they're out there working together. And I think that's going to show throughout this summer and when the season come about also.
Yeah, because one of the things all these guys got in common, man, is this ain't nobody's first rodeo.
Right.
Like you look at like even some of the younger guys who elevated. You take a Pun, for example. This ain't his first staff he been on.
Yeah.
He knows what it's like to work with new people. He knows what it's like to be able to communicate and adjust on the fly because now I got to communicate the way this guy, wants it done. And so nobody here is here for themselves. Everybody's here is for the team. And one thing I keep saying to everybody, man, is from top to bottom, from bottom to the top, staff, player, support staff, whatever you are, everybody in this building got one thing in common now, and that's that Deion Sanders / Coach Prime wants you here.
That's right. And
he believes, and everybody wants a W, a win, because we all want to, prove him right.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
One thing about being with Coach Prime, and when he believes in you and empowers you and trusts you, the last thing you want to do is let him down.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you want to do is make him say, man, I shouldn't have done that. You want to prove him right. And, again, Chico, that sit down I did with him, he talked about giving people a chance versus giving people an opportunity.
Yeah.
With the difference being people earn opportunity. And so he's all about giving opportunity. Chance is when you're taking a risk.
Yeah.
And the people he's put in this building together, for this 2026 season coming off that 2025 3-9, these are opportunity people. These people have grown to be where they are. And they're not being allowed to do something. They've earned the opportunity to do it.
Absolutely, man. And so let's go to the players. He talked about Justin England, which we didn't have on today, but he did talk about him starting to become more vocal, more of a leader. He has probably the most experience out of all of the cornerbacks on this team. Expected to be a starter, expected to be a leader out there also. Have you seen anything, or what have you seen from Justin, should I say, from England, number 30 out there on the football field?
Sure. Great question. What I've seen, they tell you, Chico, that comparison is the thief of joy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that ain't true. You got to compare what you got now to what you used to have. If it don't matter, don't get measured. If it matters, you got to measure it. And so what I measure is, what does our leadership component look like right now compared to this time last year? Because let's just be real. We've had talented people in the past. We've had people who were physically capable doing a job.
Mm-hmm.
Where we were missing at was their leadership ability or desire to lead, willingness to lead, and coachability, if I can frame it that way. And I think with these new guys, particularly number 30, what you're bringing in, is that perfect storm of ability, coachability, talent, and what am I saving it for? Why would I wait to week 3 when we're down 7 to say something?
Yeah.
I got a mouth in March. Let me open my mouth now.
That's right.
Let me be vocal now.
Right.
And so one of the things that happens in this new wave of college football, the transfer portal, not as bad as it was 4 years ago. You have an influx of guys who are merging in with guys who've already been there, and the new guys kind of sit back and go, well, Chico been here long. Let me see what he's gonna say first. Well, now with the portal being more normalized and people having played other places for a year or two, now they walk in these doors going like, no, I came here to say something now.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't taking a back seat to nobody when I see something that needs addressing, because we only have right now. This is all we got.
Yeah.
One thing about college football today, it's a different damn roster every year now.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no, hey, y'all, we're running back next year. We'll get them next year. Like, no. This is this team's only time going to be together.
Right.
So what you saving them for? And that's what I love to see in this cornerback room, is that these guys are vocal, pushing each other, accountability, and it starts with the coaches in that room.
Yeah. I think if you look back You know, like you talk about comparing, but if you look back to Shadur's second year, his last year there, when Khalil Benson and Big Justin Mayer came in and a few other guys came in, they were challenging guys from day one at
Yeah,
workouts and things of that nature. And you saw the results that the overall team ended up having, going to a bowl game, winning 9 games that season, right?
absolutely. Speak
Then you
on it.
come back the next season, you bring in guys, and then you had the transfer portal thing or whatever. But you had guys seemingly more timid to say something at first,
That's
right?
fair.
As opposed to when you saw the big fellas come in, they was on them right now. They let them know we
That's fair.
here. And so you
Yeah,
see these guys now. I think you taking on that role, like you just said. They feel like they're there. They were handpicked to be there. They have something to
absolutely.
prove, and they want to prove that he was right by picking me, and I'm not going to let him down. I told my kids this the other day. The way you cannot let me down is by putting in your effort. If I see you quit out there, you'll let me down. If I see you
Yeah,
lose or not make the shot, I won't be upset. But if you out
yeah.
there not giving effort, that's letting me down then. And that's what
I
I
love
feel
that,
like with
Chico.
Coach Prime, dog. Give effort. Show
Yeah,
that you want it.
because
You know?
that's the one thing you can control. You can't
Yeah,
control if the equipment is out there. You can't control what the weather's going to do. You can't control if we're going to be in the Ford indoor or if we're going to be upstairs on Franklin or downstairs at the lower fields on the proving grounds. You can't control that. But what you can control is your effort.
that's it.
You know, you can't control if we're going to play in the rain, the snow, the sleet, or if it's going to be hot. But what you can control is your attitude and effort. And so
That's
that's what
right.
I'm looking for, even though March, as we approach April and the culmination with the spring game, is man, these guys' effort is different, their communication is different, their camaraderie is different.
Now make sure y'all go if y'all want to make some bets on March Madness, join me. You can at mybookie.ag, and use the promo code BIWGDOW. That's big dog. You understand me? Follow your dogs. And I got some picks coming through. Unc, you got any upset alerts for the tournament?
I
Because
don't,
you
man.
you you was on point now. I ain't gonna lie. You called the first two.
Well, I got to tell you this, Chico. We're not out of it yet. Because there's our people that we pick for the final four are still there. So if we could catch up, Chico, mathematically we could catch up.
All right.
Because you're in the top 10.
I'm in the top 10, dog. I'm in the
Yeah, like I
top
told
10.
you, you need Duke to get beat.
I got a
Duke get
crazy
beat,
parlay.
you come all the way back.
Okay. I got a crazy parlay going right now. I got Nebraska winning, Arkansas winning, Houston winning, Duke
Stop right
winning.
there. Oh, you put too many
Uh-oh.
legs on it. You put
Too,
too many
too many
legs on it.
legs?
You put too many legs
I,
on
I,
it,
I got a hell
Chico.
of a I got 8 picks.
Chico, that's how they get you. Let me
That's
tell you
how
what's
they
going to
get me.
happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen right now, Chico. You
I'm
got
gonna
an
get
8-leg
7 out of
parlay?
8. Yeah.
Oh, you going to get 6 for sure. But they make them next 2 legs so attractive that you had to do it. You're like, man, for $5 more, I can win 50,000.
Yes. Like for a $10 bet, I can win 14,000.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. But here's the thing:
I'm
that
sorry. I'm sorry.
$10.
14. Yeah, that is 14. That's
No, that's 14.
14K.
That's how the
Goodness
parlays work.
gracious.
But if
I
you
thought I was
take off
over.
those other 2 legs, you would turn $5 into 6,000,
Okay, so
and
I might
it'd
just
be them last 2 legs to get you, man. Because
go
they
back and adjust this. You feel me? I'm gonna go back and make a couple different parlays on it. I would do because the payout too big. Though. If I'm betting 5 and I can get a couple thousand,
that's what they get
shit,
you, dog.
coach. That's what they get me. Well,
They
I'm going
when
for it
you
this
add
week, coach.
when you add that extra leg in, that's the one to miss.
All right, so I need to stop where right around that
Do a
6
5 or
mark,
6 leg. Do a 5 or 6 leg.
5 or 6 late. Okay, so all right. Anything sticks out to you? Nebraska, Arkansas, Houston, Duke, Alabama, Connecticut, in Tennessee. Connecticut is one that scared me. Even though I had them in my final, I looked at it again. I'm like, but I picked Connecticut and I got Tennessee too.
Yeah, I would pick. I'm dumb, man. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't, dog.
Appreciate it, dog. If anybody don't know hoops, Unc knows hoops. You understand me? So shout out to him and shout out to everybody else checking in, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit the like, subscribe, coming all the other good stuff. My partner in crime, Uncle Neely, the badass. It's me, the big dog Chico Cleasy. We're gonna get up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East, Black Fist High. Chalkers in the sky, rebel flags. That's damn right. We're gonna get up and out of here. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.